Good morning. I'm gonna start writing today, but before I can do that, I gotta go get some oat milk so that I can have coffee. I have peopled a lot over the last 2 days, and had a blast. Had an absolute blast. Friends, family, no complaints. But I am drained. I am drained. I got sleep last night. I got some sleep the night before that. And still, I am drained. I am dry. I need to rehydrate. So I got a lot going on, but I'm about to swing up to the grocery store. What time is it? It is 6:28. My alarm went off at 5:30 and I was like, nah. So it's 6:28. I'm about to go do this, come back, and I'm hoping that by 7, I'm hoping I can be at my desk by 7 to start. We already on shaky ground, honey. I get to the grocery store. They not open. The grocery store that has always been open at 6 a.m. They're not open. They don't open till 7. They don't open until 7, which is the time I'm trying to be back at home. So I drive off, like, I can't wait on this. And I'm like, I'll just go to Starbucks. Starbucks has oat milk. I'll just get an oat milk latte. But I was like, okay, I'll stop and get donuts. There's this local donut shop that we like, but you have to go like early if you want to get anything. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna swing over there. Freaking donut shop is closed after I drive all the way out of my way to go to the donut shop. They're closed today. Okay. Get Starbucks. Thank goodness. Starbucks has the oat milk. I like making my own coffee, but I don't have time for it today. Whatever these folks got going on. So I hate how they don't stir the damn. Let me go in the house and get started. So I get down here to my computer and it won't turn on. And I'm just like, is it a sign, Jesus? Like, is that what it is? Like, is this on now? Like, I had to do like a hard restart, unplug it, plug it back up. And I'm just like, is this really meant to be? Is it really? I'm gonna drink my coffee. I'm gonna drink my coffee and I'm gonna drink some water. I still gotta go to the grocery store. I'm not about to go right now, but I still gotta go at some point today. But I am about to dive in for like an hour, and I'm about to see what it do. I'm about to see what it do, and we gonna see what it do. So I finished the first chapter. It's about 1,700 words, which is not a long chapter. Like I'll often have chapters that are like 4,000 words, which is maybe not ideal. I don't know, but that's just how my process usually goes. Like I usually, and it's something that I kind of want to do a little differently this time. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. But anyway, I got that first chapter done. It's from my heroine's point of view. I'm going to give you guys some information about this book. I'm not going to give anything that is going to be a spoiler in this one because I want you guys who may be watching to let me know how you feel about me giving spoilers, because I'm willing to talk about it because I really want to really dive in, like for real, write this book with me, or follow with me as I write this book. Let's write a book, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who are not interested in spoilers, if I do spoilers, I'll very clearly say, hey, this section is about to be spoilers, and I'll probably put them all at the end of the video or something like that, and then I'll like try to timestamp it or something so that it's clear when the spoilers are going to be, if that's something that you don't want. But so this book is going to be a night shift book. But it is not about Lark. Even though I did toy with doing Lark, but Lark her story still needs to marinate a little bit for me. I'm hoping that writing this other night shift book, I'm hoping that putting myself back into that, into that headspace will give me more for Lark for whenever I get to her. But I'm introducing a new heroine, but the hero, if you read Equivalent Exchange, you may or not remember the BBC, the Brothers Brewing Club, and one of the people that was introduced at that time was Ellis. And Ellis is going to be my hero for this project. He's not a full-time brewer or anything like that. Like, that's not what he does full-time. I think most of them, they do it kind of part-time. Like, it was more of a hobby for them. But Lakin was the one who wanted to like make it a full-blown business. But they're also part owners and blah 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 in the business or something like that. I still have to figure out all the details around that. And even if they aren't part owners of the night shift business, the Brothers Brewing Club is probably like a full-blown thing. I have to figure out the logistics of that because it was only ever just kind of mentioned. It was kind of secondary, tertiary information in Equivalent Exchange. But because I'm introducing Ellis, I'm gonna have to flesh that part out. But I'm really excited about it. Like, this first chapter, I'm so happy with how it went. I'll probably go back and reread it before I start the second chapter, which will most likely be tomorrow. I'm not in any particular hurry here or anything like that. So I don't think I'm very tired from the weekend. We had a very, very busy weekend. I think I said that already. But long story short, I don't particularly have any desire to sit at the computer all day. So it will probably be tomorrow before I come back to this, but I'll reread this chapter and make any adjustments that I might want to make, any words that I missed or anything like that. I'll make those corrections and then go into the second chapter. But yeah, I'm like, even as I was writing, just different elements that I kind of vaguely knew were going to happen. But then as I was writing, more and more of it came to me, which is helping kind of flesh the story out in my head. I do not have all of this story fleshed out in my head, but I went ahead and started, and I kind of forced myself not to think too hard about it because that's what I had been doing. I talked about that in another video. I overthink it and then think myself right out of a book, and I do not want that to happen. And I think that it's working in my favor. I really think that it's working in my favor because it's helping me stay excited about it. And once I'm a certain length into it, whatever problems arise, I'm just gonna have to think myself out of the problems. It's not gonna be the end, it's not gonna be the end of me writing this book. But this book has been like, this idea has just been so heavy, so prevalent on my mind. I think this is the one. I'm pretty sure this is the one. So I'm excited about that. Tomorrow, I think I'll probably talk a bit, or in the next video rather, probably talk a bit about the genesis of this idea and how it came through, because that's another thing that I always like, that stuff always ends up getting away from me. Like, what was happening in my mind? Where did this come from? Etc., etc., etc. That always gets away from me. And it's like, I'll randomly remember stuff, but I don't remember all of it. But while it's still fresh, I want to kind of get it down so that I at least have that to revisit. But the goal is to kind of keep these under like 10-ish minutes. So I gotta stop running my mouth. But in any case, as always, thank you guys for like rocking with me when I'm doing stuff like this, and for being interested in stuff like this, because the process and all of that, sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's easy, but it's always interesting to me. It's always a journey. So I'm about to let this go and go find some breakfast. It's 9:00 in the morning. So I ended up giving it like 2 hours. I said that I was going to do work for an hour, but I ended up working for 2 hours to get about 1,700 words, which isn't great, but it's also the very beginning of the book. And I don't usually hit like those strides where I'm getting like, thousands and thousands of words in a day. It usually takes me a bit to hit that kind of stride. So I'm not, I'm not worried about that at all. I'm not worried about a word count really, because I think that was holding me back. Trying to, well, I want to write a novella, girl. The book that you want to write is what's going, the book that wants to be writ is what you're going to write. So there's that. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let this go and go find some stuff to do. Holla.